What's up everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Duncan Dimanche. Today I want to take a close look at the GH5 and the Sony A6500 in low light and how much you can push the ISO before the image starts to be unusable. I rented a GH5 for a shoot the other day because we had to do a lot of slow motion, and I wanted the 180p and 120p that the GH5 had, and also the 4K. But after the first day of shooting with it, I realized that I needed a better high ISO camera, so I brought in my A6500 to do all the low light. So I did this test to show you guys the limit of the GH5 when it comes to high ISO. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I want to do a lot more GH5 versus A6500 comparison with slow motion, 10-bit, 8-bit, 60p, 80p, all that stuff. So, and leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and hit the subscribe button, guys. So I wanted to start out with a normal situation. It was getting super dark, but not too bad, and it was ISO 1600 on both, and they both did a really good job. I'm a bit more zoomed in with the GH5, as you can see here, but yeah, they're both usable at that point. And sorry for being crooked on the right with the GH5, but yeah, as you can see, look at the details. They both render the details so well. And now extremely low light. So here it is. It was dark. It was really dark. I couldn't see much outside, and so it's a bit extreme. But you guys are going to be able to see, how much detail and how well both cameras can handle low light situation, pushing the ISO 1600 or 1600, 3200 here. The GH5 is not that great when it comes to low light, but once again, guys, it's extreme here. I couldn't see much outside. It was really dark. But here's the Sony now. Sony can start actually at ISO 100, which is neat. And then I'm going to show you guys afterwards, side by side. But for now, yeah, just look at the details. Try to look at the shadows and just how much, how it can render the details. I'm going to put a link below where you can download the original footage so you can look at without the YouTube compression, and make sure also you're in 4K to see the full potential of the 4K quality. Sony's at 8-bit versus Panasonic, the GH5 at 10 bits, and at 100 Mbps versus 150 Mbps with the GH5. I mean, Sony is amazing. I don't know what they're doing with the sensor. And now side by side. I felt like the Sony was letting in more light than the Panasonic, even though they were both at 2.8, 1/50th of a second, even though they were both at f2.8, 1/50th of a second. And Sony is clearly applying some noise reduction into the camera. It's why it's so clean. But even with that, look at how sharp the details. It renders the details so well. Very impressive, Sony. And now 200% crop. So you're going to be able to see more the noise in the shadow and the detail at 200% crop. And once again, Sony clearly, it's brighter, but just, I mean, the noise on the Panasonic is just awful. I'm sure you can do some denoise post-production, but look, it's already, the detail's already gone, so you will not get the detail back. Whereas in the Sony, look at the windows. It's just very impressive. Still blown away by that. I didn't know it was going to be that much of a difference between the two. I just want to show you guys the GH5 3200 ISO versus 25,000 ISO on the Sony, and yeah, look at that. Very impressive. Not much noise on the Sony at that point. Now the 200 crop. Here's the GH5. I just want to show you guys the higher ISO. Alright guys, that was it for this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I love using the GH5, and it did a lot more than the Sony could have done, just because of the LCD is so much brighter and the touchscreen is amazing. The touchscreen on the Sony is pathetic. There's no way you can use it. The only thing you can use it with is just to zoom in to check the focus, and even then it's so buggy, it just does not work. And the GH5 is just so smooth. It's amazing. I love using the touchscreen, and I actually forgot about using the touchscreen on the Sony. The Sony A6500 is a monster in low light. It's crazy how much detail the Sony can resolve in those high ISO. It's mind-blowing. I don't know how they do it, and it's all about internal things, you know, internal processors and stuff like that, but it's insane. Well done Sony, and well done the A6500. So if you're not going to shoot in low light above 3200 ISO, I think the GH5 is a monster. It's such an amazing camera. People complain about the autofocus, but I did a lot of testing to find what was the right settings to get a proper autofocus for vlogging or just, you know, interviews and stuff like that. And I found the right way, so I'm going to show you guys in the hopefully in the very soon video. But I've been really busy these days, so. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this review, guys. Sorry I do talk too much, I feel like, but I have so much to tell about the GH5 and how much I love it. So hit the subscribe button, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and let me know what you think about the GH5 and the Sony A6500.